my beautiful Nicolettes. Welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're new. If you guys go right now, follow me on my Instagram and tell me you're coming from this video, I will go spam your accounts. Today's video is going to be another kind of how to lose weight or stay fit as a teenager. And I did one of these almost a year ago, which you guys seem to love, so I'll link that down below and also on the top here for you guys to check out. But I thought since it is a new year, 2019, that I would do another one of those videos. Of course, when you're a teenager, by no means do I think you should be on a diet or be super strict on yourself. If you want to have one day an unhealthy meal, then that's totally okay. We all do it. But I just wanted to share some tips and tricks on how to become a little bit more health conscious. You're going to thank yourself also in the future if you start these healthy habits early, because it's a lot easier to maintain them and continue on a healthy journey when you do start to get older. Question of the day, comment down below how old you are. I'm curious to know. But that being said, let's jump into it. The first hack is to drink a large glass of cold water and wait 30 minutes before eating. Most of the times your cravings will go away and you'll find your body's not actually hungry. This is just a really good hack because I think a lot of the times we eat when we're not really hungry. We eat whether we're bored or there's nothing to do. So this hack is really going to help with that, to make sure that you're not overeating as well and eating when you're not actually hungry. The second tip I have for you has to do all around food alternatives and also limiting fast food and eating outside. I'm going to share a few things that I switch within my diet to try and make a little bit more healthier choices. The first thing, starting with eggs. I love eating eggs, and sometimes I can eat too many. Eating anything of too many isn't the greatest for you. So something I like to do when it comes to my eggs is take one whole egg, and whatever I want more, I'll go for egg whites, because egg whites are really great for you. Instead of having, let's say, 4 whole eggs, it's better to switch it for having a whole egg and then putting egg whites with your eggs. And this is just going to be a lot healthier. And of course, eggs are really great for you in general. It's a really great source of protein. And I always like to start off my mornings typically with having eggs, because I like to always start off with protein in the morning. And if you didn't know, having protein in the morning is also going to make you feel fuller for longer. My weakness is definitely French fries. So now I'm going to share with you a healthier alternative, because you can make your own French fries right at home instead of going out and buying fries at a fast food place. So I like to just take a sweet potato and make my own sweet potato fries. These taste so yummy and they are just so much better for you. So you still get your craving, but without feeling guilty after eating it. So once I peeled my sweet potato, I just cut the sweet potato in half, and then I started cutting pieces to make my fries. So I just cut long pieces from my sweet potato until I was completely done. And once I was done doing that, I just took all the fries, threw it into a large bowl, and then I took some avocado oil and I just poured it on top of the fries, and then just took my hands to really make sure that they are all coated with the avocado oil. And then once I was done that, I took my parchment paper and put the fries flat on top of the parchment paper. You want to make sure that your fries aren't too close together so that they cook properly. So I always make sure that there's some sort of space in between each fry, just to make sure that it is cooked properly. And to finish it off, I also like to drizzle some sea salt on top of my fries to give it a little bit more of that salty flavor, which tastes so yummy. And then I just threw it into my oven, and all I did was I preheated my oven to 425 degrees, and I put the timer on for 20 minutes. You can have it for a little bit less or a little bit more, just depending on how cooked you want it to be and how crunchy, but I usually put it in for 20 minutes, and then once that is done, I just put it into a bowl, and it tastes so yummy. I honestly prefer these sweet potato fries than just even buying those pre-packaged ones that you would just throw into the oven. They taste so good, and you know exactly what's in it. You're not getting fries from fast food places, which are full of salt and they're deep fried and they're just so bad for you. This you can actually actually eat and not feel guilty after you eat them. Another one of my weaknesses is pasta. I can eat so much pasta, it's literally a problem. But a healthy option that I always like to go for is zoodles. So that is just zucchini noodles. So of course all you're going to need is a zucchini. I just have this spiralizer, which is super helpful. You can make so many different types of pastas with this, which I totally recommend having one of them. So I just put my zucchini in this and I am just spiralizing it so it looks like it's spaghetti, and then I am just throwing it on top of my pan, and I put a little bit of olive oil and then put the zoodles on top and just kind of cooked it until I thought it was ready. Once you warm it all up and it's all cooked, then I just threw it into a bowl, and then on top of it I just put some ground turkey, which is a really great source of protein and it's a lot healthier for you than other types of meat. And of course it's never complete without some tomato sauce, so I just threw that on top, mix it all together, and this is a healthier version of spaghetti. And if you are someone who loves pasta, I definitely recommend trying this out. You can have more of this and not feel guilty as opposed to having too many bowls or plates of pasta, which I have definitely been there, done that. I am such a pasta person, but I love this one because it still tastes good. It allows me to have that craving of pasta, but I can feel a lot better about it because it is just so much healthier for you. Now that I showed you some food alternatives, I'm going to show you some snack alternatives. So if you're ever having those really bad cravings where you want junk food, I'm going to show you more healthier alternatives to those junk food cravings. So instead of having the worst thing like chocolate, chips, all that stuff. So if I'm having a chip craving, one thing I love is kale chips, and I absolutely love these. These are cheesy flavored kale chips, but without the dairy in it. So this is really great when I'm having a chip craving because it still has that crunch and it tastes super yummy. So if I am having that chip craving, I usually like to go for kale chips. It's just a lot better than going for those typical chips that you see that are just not good for you. Another alternative to a chip craving, or if you want crackers, are these sweet potato crackers. These are gluten-free and they're just a lot better than those typical crackers that you may go for. These honestly taste just like nacho chips. They are so yummy and they are definitely my go-to. Sometimes I'll just eat it as a snack on its own, or I'll dip it in salsa and it tastes so yummy. Another easy switch is switching your peanut butter, like the Kraft peanut butter for natural peanut butter. This has to be kept in the fridge, and also it has no salt and no sugar added, and it's a lot better for you. So some peanut butters are actually not the greatest for you, and it is important to just go for natural peanut butters. And my last alternative is if you're ever having an ice cream craving. I love Halo Top ice cream. This is the vegan one, so it's non-dairy, and this is the peanut butter flavor. They have so many. It's low in sugar and it has a lot of protein, and it just helps with that ice cream craving. One tip I have for you is to cut sugary drinks out. Sugary drinks are just so bad for you, and if you just cut that out of your diet, you're gonna notice such a big difference in your body. If I am craving a drink that's a little bit more sweeter, something I like to go for are detox waters. I did a whole video on detox waters, which I'll link down below, but I really like to make my own. I'll usually just throw some cucumbers in it, or I even like to do detox waters with some fruit. For the one I'm showing you, I just have some blackberries and also some clementine pieces in it. It just gives it your water a little bit more of a kick, but you're not having drinks that are just full of way too much sugar. Another thing I really like to go for if I'm craving kind of like a sweet drink, but I don't want to have something like a juice or a pop, is just using this Mio vitamins, and this is the cherry flavor. So I just squirt a couple into my water and it just gives you a taste of cherry, but there is no sugar in this. It's just all about finding alternatives to things you love so you don't feel like you're cutting anything out of your diet, because I feel like when we feel like we're cutting things out, then we crave it more. So I always just like to find healthier options options to what I normally would crave or want. My next tip is to make sure that you keep water beside your bed because it is actually very common to wake up due to thirst. So the body needs the water's energy to burn even more fat. So I always like to just have my water bottle next to me so that even when I wake up in the morning, I could right away have water because you lose so much water when you're sleeping, and it's just always great to hydrate your body right away. And of course, the last tip is just to become more active. So as a teenager, I always say that I know not all teenagers are going to want to enroll in a gym. I know I didn't. I did a lot of sports, or I just went out and did active activities. What's really great also is YouTube. There's so many full workouts on YouTube that you can do straight from your room. I know on my channel I have a lot of 10-minute workouts, and this is one of them that I'm showing you right now. So I will link a bunch of the ones I have done in the description box for you guys because these are just 10-minute workouts that you could do right from your home. You don't have to enroll in a gym. I know when I was a teenager, I always liked to do some form of exercise. You could just do a workout at home, you could do a activity, you can enroll in a sport. Those are all really great ways to make sure that you're staying active. That is all for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you learned something from it. Don't forget to click the subscribe button to join the family, and also don't forget to turn the bell on my channel so that you're notified every single time I upload a video like this. But I hope you guys are having an amazing day, evening, or night whenever you're watching this, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye!